Okay, now we want to talk about this next worksheet, which is called Incentivizing Choice, and give a little description of what you see there. There are two budget constraints represented. One is a straight line downward sloping in dark blue, and that's called the budget line without incentives. The intercept on the all other goods axis is $5,000. It's supposed to be a monthly amount, and the intercept on the horizontal axis is 2,000 kilowatt hours. There is a pink point illustrated on that budget line. That represents the choice of a representative consumer, and you can control where that point is. So by pushing the spin button, you can select where it is you would like that point to be. There is a green indifference curve drawn through that point that is tangent to that blue budget line. So that's supposed to convey, if that happened to be the point of choice for the representative consumer, that's what the indifference curve would look like. We know at the choice point, or at the consumer's optimum, the indifference curve is tangent to the budget line. Now, there is another budget constraint drawn. This is an incentivized budget constraint, and the idea for these incentives is if you buy only a little bit of electricity, you get a much lower unit price. So that budget line starts at that $5,000 point, much flatter than the blue one. This incentive constraint budget is in orange, and it's flatter at the intercept on the all other goods axis. Then you max out at the ability to buy electricity at the low price, and now the incremental per unit cost of electricity becomes quite high, and so for all additional kilowatts you pay a higher price than you were paying before. The combined effect is designed in this picture so that this representative consumer can just afford what they were consuming before under the incentive budget line, and that's done for, if you will, analytic purposes. In the real world, if this is done, they would just choose some level of electricity consumption up to which you would get that low unit price, and then beyond which you would get the higher per unit price. And where that would fit relative to the old choice would simply depend on where this consumer operated. So that should give you a pretty good description of what's in the diagram, and then there are some questions for you to work through to get you to understand the economics of this.